What's up, family? It's your boy Chris Sims, co-host of the Praise Radio Show. I'm also the youth pastor and worship pastor at Morning Star Church, now currently located in our very own property in Yonkers, New York. Listen, I got a word for you today, and I hope it encourages you. The word is be mobile. Listen, if you take your mobile device, your cell phone, your laptop, your tablet, whatever it is that you use, and it doesn't have any power in it, it's nothing more than a expensive paperweight, right? So until you get power in it, you cannot turn it on to gain access to its functionalities and its capabilities. And the way that you get power in it is that you plug it into a source. It is the same with us. We are useless and pointless without having God's power in us. And the only way to get God's power in us is to plug into the source, God Himself. How do you plug into God Himself? Through prayer, through fasting, through spending time in His Word, through meditation. These are some of the ways that you get power in you. And you have to be intentional about doing it, right? So you have to intentionally plug your device in order to charge it. It's the same with us. We have to be intentional about plugging into God and getting His power in us so that we can turn on and gain access to all of the abilities and functionalities that He has already implanted in us, because He is the creator. Listen to this. God is a creator. Understand this. Creation is an answer to a problem. Creation is an answer to a problem. God is a creator. Anytime something is created, it's created to answer a problem in the world. God is a creator. He created us. He put us in the world. That means He created us to be the answer to a problem in this world. The question is, are you being the answer? I'm just asking if you are answering the problem God sent you here to be the answer to. Now, take this for example. Now, let's say you're working for a company. And you're working in the company, and you have your cubicle, and then you're sitting there. And one day, the CEO of the company walks in and says, "Hey, I want you to do this job." And now you're saying, "I can't do the job. I don't qualify. I can't. I don't have the experience." And the CEO looks at you and says, "Hey, I've been watching you. You have the experience. I've been watching you. And you may not know it. I've been teaching you and training you and preparing you for this moment. I want you to do this job." And you say, "I don't qualify." Well, it takes us back to that saying that says, God doesn't always call those who are qualified, but He will qualify those He called. And so the CEO will say, "Listen, you're right. You don't have the qualifications. But you know what? We're going to send you to school to get those qualifications. We're going to give you the training so that you have those qualifications. Whatever it is, I want you to do this job." It's the same with God. God has called you. He has called you to do a specific job, and nobody else can do it except you. He's calling you to do the job that He sent you here on this earth to do. Are you doing what He called you to do? Are you being mobile? Now, you get that power in you, right? You got to turn on. You got to start using it. You got to start using the abilities that He's given you. God has gifted you with abilities, and He didn't do it by mistake. You have those gifts in you on purpose, for purpose, with purpose. Use them. If you are a singer, use it. If you're a writer, use it. If you clean well, use it. Use it. And as you are using it, other functionalities begin to become accessible. Apps become open to you. Then you realize you can download some more in order to be even more effective in doing your work. Now, understand this. Because the CEO called you out to do this job, all of the CEO's power and authority, including all of the power and authority of that company, is backing you up as long as you are doing it in the name of the company. It's the same with God. When God calls you out and you're doing what God has called you to do, listen, all of God's power and authority, when you're doing it in His name, you're doing it in His name. All of God's power and authority, and all the power and authority of heaven is backing you up. It's backing you up. It's helping you to be as effective as you. That is why when you minister so effectively. When you are doing what he has called you to do, you're doing it so effectively. It's not that you're the best at it. Let's be real. Because many of us know that we're not the best at it, but that's what he has called us to do. It's that the church often over-spiritualizes many things, right? And it causes it to lose its meaning. One of those words is the word anointing. The word anointing, by definition, means assigned, divinely assigned, right? And so when God picks you, God has divinely assigned you to do a specific job. That is why you are the one that can do it. You are the only one that can do it. And when you are not doing it, what is happening? It's not getting done, right? So instead of you being the answer to the world, you're actually being a part of the problem in the world. So you're plugged into the source. You got the power in you. You're turned on, right? What do? Now that you're fully charged, now that you spent time in his presence, you have to disconnect from the source. Now, I know that sounds a little weird. What do you mean, Chris, disconnect from the source? What do you mean, disconnect from God? Not really. You have his power in you. You have the power in you, but you can't stay plugged in all day, every day. Why? Because you will damage something by staying plugged in all day. You have to unplug and be functional as you have been created, because you were not created to stay plugged in all day. You will cause more damage to yourself and possibly others by staying plugged in all day, every day. You got to unplug, and you got to go out and be mobile. Now watch this. You ever disconnected your device and plugged it back in like a couple of seconds later, and you notice, and it looks like it starts to charge all over again? It's like, what? I didn't even use it. It serves as a reminder that although we have the power in us, the power eventually begins to deplete, reminding us that we are always to remember to come back to the source. That we on our own are not our source. We always have to come back, plug back into the source, so that we can go back out and be mobile. Be mobile for what, Chris? Be mobile for whatever he's called you to do. Be mobile and use the functions that are in you. Go out and sing somewhere. Go out and minister to somebody. Go out and encourage somebody through song, through poetry. Tell somebody something. Use your platforms, the social media platforms. Go and meet somebody on the street. Stay 6 feet away. Still Corona season. Wear your mask. But go tell somebody. You got to do it at home on your phone, and tell somebody about the goodness of God. Right? Tell somebody that he loves them. Tell them. Be mobile. I wanted to encourage you with that word today. It's a word that God gave me. And I'm still learning from that. I'm still learning to be mobile. I'm embracing the gifts and the abilities that God has given to me. I spend a lot of time comparing myself to other people with the gifts that I have, the gift of singing and writing music and creating music. You know, one of my mentors once said, Robert Madu once stated that comparison is the enemy's weapon of mass destruction and mass distraction. Listen, comparison will kill you, kill purpose, kill destiny. Stop comparing yourself to other people. God did not create you to be like everybody else. He didn't create you to be like somebody else. He didn't create you to sound like somebody else. He didn't create you to create the same kind of content somebody else creates. He created you uniquely. He does not mass produce. God is not a mass producer. God is a creator. He creates. He created you. Creation is the answer to a problem. You and the answer to a problem here on this earth. Be the answer. Solve the problem. God bless you. I hope this word encourages you. Peace, family. It's your boy, Chris Sims.